What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ruse Reviews, and today we are chatting about Passkeys from Louis Laval and Mindhaus. So let's get into this. Alrighty, first things first, let me just apologise. I know I've been away for a little bit, haven't reviewed anything in a while, but there are reasons for that. I've had a release come out in that amount of time. You can see the trailer for that in the previous video that I've uploaded, but also it's been Blackpool. And you guys know me, I don't like to review everything and anything. I like to be quite specific. So I thought, you know what, wait until Blackpool, let's go and have a look. And this is my first Blackpool. It was my first Blackpool this year, so I just want to, and I was a dealer as well, I was on the Copeland coin stand, so I just wanted to thank everybody that came up to me on the stand, took photos, we hung out, and yeah, I even got some gifts from people, which was super nice of you. So yeah, massive thank you if you're watching this and you came up to me on the stand and you said hello. But whilst I was at Blackpool on the stand, I was standing there demoing some stuff, and next to me I felt a presence. A smiling presence, a happy presence, and that face was Louis Laval. If you don't know who Louis is, he is a wonderful mentalist, one of the coolest, nicest guys you'll ever have the pleasure of meeting, and he was just standing there laughing because of all the work we were doing on the stand. It's a lot of graft, but it was just lovely seeing him there at Blackpool. And that same evening, at the Ruskin pub, I saw him performing some stuff. I didn't know what it was at the time, I was jamming as well, but I saw him performing and getting these crazy reactions from people, and it turns out it's this, what I am about to review for you now from my mouth. Here we go. This is Passkeys. Passkeys is a set of 6 passes which sit within your Apple Wallet on your phone. These 6 passkeys allow you to perform a multitude of effects, from book tests to psychological forces to peaking, and the peaking is absolutely ingenious. So I'll break these all down for you individually, but let me just show you what these passes look like. So here is pass number 1. Let's just get this up here. So these are not really in order, but they are there. There's the Louvre, that's the first one. Hopefully that's in focus. The next one is an Esperium, which is a intuition-based language university, intuition-based university. I don't know what it is, but an intuition university. An Artiste, Mindhaus Artiste pass. You also have a travel buddy there, which is a little coupon code for when you are traveling around the world. And you also get a little EasyJet pass there, or Delta Airlines. So hopefully some of those are in focus. I can't see because I'm using my phone for this as well at the moment. But within all of that, you have a scope to perform a multitude of different effects. And along with these 6 passkeys, which you download as a PPK file and you open them up and can add them into your wallet, you also get a PDF, a 24-page PDF, along with a video as well, an 8-minute video, which helps describe part of that PDF. So here's the thing, a lot of products tend to need longer reviews. This really doesn't need it. Because of the simplicity and what you're getting, it's super easy to follow, and it's just instantly obtainable for all of you guys out there. Let's just break this down. The first effect you get is Travel Buddy, that little QR code that I showed you. Travel Buddy is a mini book test built into the pass on your phone. You literally hand your phone to somebody, show them the pass, and say, look, think of one of the monuments or places on this little ticket that you can see in front of you. Just think of one of them, and then think of the country that pertains to as well. And then you just can name the country. You just read their mind and tell them what country they are freely thinking of. It's super easy, super direct. In fact, I got this half an hour before going out last night to the Sussex Magic Circle here in Sussex. And I was sort of performing it to a few people here, and they were like, that's super cool, that's super easy, because it's really bare minimal work. The actual method for the book test is really easy and just flies by. So even if you're kind of new to book tests and you don't have to memorize long things, you don't have to memorize loads and loads of words, there's like 3 things that you have to memorize that are minimal at best. So yes, even if you have a bad memory, I'm sure 3 things you'll be able to lock in. So give this a try. That is Travel Buddy. You also have Louvre, or however you want to pronounce it, but that wonderful art gallery based in France. I don't know why I'm pointing over there. France is over there, but that wonderful art gallery in France. And you basically have the opportunity to perform psychological forces. So if you've ever tried a psychological force before, you might know that they can be kind of tricky. They don't always hit. But the way the psychological forces are built within this passkey, you have an out. It's built into the routine. So if they get it all wrong, you're still safe. you know? And this is a great way to start your routine or start your interaction with your audience, to test their intuition, to see where you can go next and what you're going to do next. So if all else fails and they get it completely wrong, you are covered. And then we get onto the peaks. So the peaks are actually what you have the video for as well. So not only are the peaks explained in the PDF in detail, you also have a video, because obviously it's nice to see these things in action. And these two peaks, two variations on these peaks, are what Lewis teaches. So the first of the peaks is using the Asperium and the Artist Pass. So the Asperium Pass looks like this. So Asperium is literally like the Asperium Institute. It could be a building or an organization that you are a member of, which allows you to help with people's minds and potentials and that kind of thing. I don't know what it's about, but it's kind of cool. That's the first pass. The second pass is the Artist Pass. Both these passes help with the first initial peak. The next two passes, which are a different kind of peak. So this is a different peak. Maybe if you've got a bit more misdirection, you can use this kind of peak. I've used it before using a wallet, but this kind of peak is really very, very cool because it allows you to show the passes whilst clearly getting your peak. So this is the first pass that you get, which is an EasyJet pass. Now, if you know EasyJet over here in the UK, they are a budget airline. I believe Delta is as well, but you can easily find from looking at this that it's not a real pass, and your audience will know this as well. It's more like a joke kind of pass. Same there with Delta. But by using both of these passes, you have easy access to the peak you need. My favourite peak though is using the Artist Pass, or indeed the Asperium Institute Pass, because it's so devious and so clever. It uses a method which I've used before, I know other mentalists have used before, but it's kind of been lost at the wayside a lot of the time. Most people getting into mentalism might have heard of it, might have read about it, but probably haven't put it into practice. It's not as common as, say, like Acidus Novus or a standard like folded billet peak or a peak wallet or something like that. This uses a method which is completely devious, and this is what Lewis was slaying with in the Ruskin. I could see him out of my peripheral just getting these great reactions, and I asked, what was that about? And he went, it's this, and he showed it to me. It's very much an everyday carry, and you guys know what I enjoy on this channel. I love an EDC. Who doesn't love an EDC? And the fact that it's on your wallet, this is the first time that I've ever seen a Apple Wallet being used for a peak, being used for mentalism in such a way. The fact that it's built into that is so cool, and I know from chatting to Lewis that there will be more of these Passkeys coming up. So there will probably be a secondary project coming up with more Passkeys, which I'm really, really looking forward to. Mindhaus is Lewis Laval's new project after splitting from the 1914. I'm sure he will go back and do some other bits of the 1914 at a later date, but Mindhaus is Lewis Laval's new project. And if you like I'm a big horror movie nerd, and my favourite period is from about 1979 to the early 90s. And this sort of retro VHS aesthetic that the whole of the Mindhaus company has, if you go on their Instagram, it soothes my soul, the aesthetic that they have on their Instagram, and indeed throughout all of their projects. I think the first project I saw from them was Odyssey, which was Lewis and Peter Turner's conversation about the Q&A plot, the Q&A routine. If you are a fan of Q&A, if you want to know how to put question and answer into your act, it's one of the greatest bits of chat about Q&A I've ever had the pleasure of looking at. So I would highly suggest Odyssey as well from Mindhaus. This clearly is the brainchild of Lewis Laval, and I think maybe his partner is involved with the visuals and the videography and all that kind of stuff as well. It's very, very cool. There's a certain there's just a certain coolness to their whole look and image, which I'm really, really a fan of. So there isn't really much more to say about this other than, if you want an EDC on your phone that can be kept in your Apple Wallet, which, as I say, hasn't been done before, or if it has, I've never seen it. I've never seen anything being put to market like this. If you want something like that, and you want to be able to blow minds, you've got, as I say, a mini book test, psychological forces, ways to peak. You don't have to put anything away into a wallet. It just stays flat. Nothing dodgy happens. You're not doing anything weird. You're literally having a pass on your phone. They draw something, write a name, whatever you want. As you show them the pass on your phone, you've got your peak and you're good to go. Super, super quick, super simple. Just put it into practice. Give it a try once, because I fooled myself once. As I was doing it, I was like, are they not catching what's happening here? In my mind, that's what I was thinking. Are they not catching the peak? Because that's normally where, you get a bit of guilt as a mentalist. but none. It's just flies by because they're focused on something else whilst you get your peak. Really, really clean. So try both peaks because the second peak is a little bit more, not knacky, but you will need a slightly more misdirection, I guess. But both peaks work extremely well in a real world performing environment. And there we go, guys. There's not much more for me to say other than go and pick up Passkeys. Oh, not my mic. Link is below. Go and check it out. Go and check out Mindhouse. If you want to get into EDC mentalism, this is a great place to start. It's all there. It's all on your phone and you are good to go. So that's all from me. I'll see you in the next one. I'll try not to leave it as long next time and I'll see you all very, very soon. Ciao.